kaaya-aya, kalugod-lugod ang buhay natin, na yung buhay natin ay may layunin, kabuluhan, dahil tayo ay nagmahal, gitna ng mundong puro kasinungalingan, paggawa ng mga maliliit na bagay na may pagmamahal, maaari tayong gumawa ng extraordinary thing in front of God. We are no longer under the law, but under the grace. Hello, good morning. Sa ating Ebanghelyo, sinabi ni Kristo sa kanyang mga alagad, that do not think that I have come to abolish the law or the prophets. I have not come to abolish them, but to fulfill them. Ngunit, sino mang tumupad sa pagtuturo ng mga ito ay tatawaging dakila sa kaharian ng langit. This passage is often misunderstood as Jesus is saying that the Old Testament law is still binding on us today. But that is not the case. Jesus is actually saying that the purpose of the law is to point us to Him, and that He is to fulfill the law and the prophets. Saint Augustine means that Jesus came to complete and perfect the teachings of the Old Testament. Augustine believed that the law and the prophets were given to guide people toward righteousness and prepare us for the coming of the Messiah. Augustine thought that Jesus' teachings were the new and ultimate interpretation of the law, which now requires that we as His followers live the faith in Him and love for one na ng mundong puro kasinungalingan at pagkakamali. Ang kautusan ng Diyos ay nagsisilbing gabay at patnubay sa atin. Hindi ito nangangahulugang tayo ay magiging perpekto, ngunit tayo ay may pananagutan na sundin ang kanyang kautusan. Ang ating pagsunod dito ay hindi upang lumangoy tayo sa mga biyaya ng Diyos, kundi upang ipakita sa mundo ang presensya ng Diyos sa atin. Napakadali nating lumayo sa mga utos ng Diyos. Mga patakaran na hindi nakakalikha ng pagkatakot, kasinungalingan, nananalapi at pagkakasala sa ating nais lutasin sa pamamagitan ng ating sariling kawilihan. Ngunit sa pagsunod natin sa utos ng Diyos, inilayo natin ang ating mga sarili sa mga bagay na ito na maaaring magdulot sa atin ng masama. As Christians, we are no longer under the law, but under the grace, which you can read in Romans chapter 6, verse 14. However, this does not mean that the law is irrelevant or unimportant. The principles of the law are still valuable and are still applicable to our lives today. Because Jesus Himself said that we are to love our neighbors as ourselves, which is principle that is found in the law. The Gospel of Matthew is Jesus explaining that He is the fulfillment of the law and the prophets, and that as Christians, we are no longer under the law, but under the grace of love, that it still contains the valuable principle for us to follow. Now, if we are under the grace of love, and Jesus tells us to love our neighbor as we love ourselves, kaya kailangan nating magmahal. At siguro matanong niyo, Padre, paano po? How can we do that? Una-una, tingnan natin yung puso natin. Ano bang meron doon? Puot, galit, grudges? Kailangan natin linisin. We should forgive ourselves. God gave us the sacrament of reconciliation so that we can reconnect back to God. Kaya magpatawad tayo. Dahil sa ating pagpatawad, Jesus, who is love, who is the fulfillment of the law, yung kautusan na sinasabi ni Kristo ay ang kautusan sa pag-ibig. Sinabi niya tayo magmahal. Kung tayo ay magmahal sa Panginoon, kailangan tayong magmahal din. Pero paano tayo magmahal kung tayo mismo hindi marunong magmahal? Marami tayong kagalit. Unang-una, patawarin natin natin sarili. Patawarin natin yung mga taong kagalit natin, lalo na kung tayo ang rason na nagkasala tayo. Kaya because when we love, we let God, we let the love of Christ enthrone in our hearts and let Jesus' love change our heart. And this love who is Jesus, who is in us, will work for us, will dictate us to love our enemy. Kaya nararapat lang na patuloy tayong magmahal at mahalin natin ang mga tao, lalo na yung hindi kaibig-ibig. Dahil dito na sila ay lumayo sa Panginoon, ay maaaring maibalik natin sila dahil nakikita nila ang pagmamahal ng Panginoon na nakikita nila sa inyo, sa atin, ating mga paggawa ng kabutihan, pagmamahal. And Saint Teresa tells us that we cannot do great things, no? Kasi sabi ni Kristo, kung tayo magmahal, tayo ay magkaroon ng mas dakila sa harian ng Diyos. How can we do great things for God? We can start from the small thing. Sa ating paggawa ng mga maliliit na bagay na may pagmamahal, maaari tayong gumawa ng extraordinary thing in front of God. Kaya nasisiyahan si Kristo at magiging kaaya-aya, kalugod-lugod ang buhay natin, na yung buhay natin ay may layunin, kabuluhan, dahil tayo ay nagmahal. At ito ay utos ng Panginoon na ginagawa natin sa ating pagmamahal, kahit yung mga mahihirap o yung mababa pa sa atin, kailangan natin, we are the one to reach out, because the love of God is not for the one who is on top, but for every one of us are equal in the love of God. Kaya ipagpatuloy natin ang pagmamahal sa iba, sa ating sarili, at sa ating kapwa. Amen.